everybody, to Athletically Speaking, Wagon Wheel Sports College Football Show. Today is a day I've been waiting for a long time, and that is the SEC breakdown amongst our other college football breakdown series, and I'm very excited for this one. The world of college football has been pretty quiet here recently.
Yeah.
So, outside of the video game, then there's not much to talk about news-wise. It's kind of a dead part of the year.
Unfortunately, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
A little bit further. I think.
We're planning
The football.
trips.
Yeah.
We got football games to attend.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait, man.
If any of you is out there that wants us to attend your school's football game, hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll try to make plans to attend wherever we can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. No news, so this will be pretty easy. I'm starting you with the trivia question today.
Of course you are. Okay.
Amongst our conferences. So this one's easy. This is the easiest one that you've had yet.
Probably won't get it all, but
It's the easiest one. How many current SEC teams, and this is including OU and Texas, have won a national championship since the year 2000?
Georgia.
Georgia is one.
Alabama.
How many they win, if you can think?
6.
Georgia?
No. Oh, Georgia. No, 3. Two.
Two.
Two. Sorry.
Georgia's 2.
I got completely.
Alabama is
Alabama. They've won like 6.
6. Yes.
Okay. LSU.
LSU. Can you imagine how many they won?
Since 2000?
Since 2000.
And LSU's won 2? 1. No, 2. I guess is it more than 2? 3?
3.
3, okay.
They won in 2003, 07,
okay.
and 19.
Forgot about that, okay.
All right, you got 4 more.
Oklahoma. Texas.
Texas, they both won 1.
Yeah.
2005.
Heck.
2 more.
Why can't I think right now of... Florida.
Florida.
And then...
How many have they won?
1.
Nope.
2.
2.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
06 and 08.
No, I'm dumb sometimes. I knew that. Okay, I swear.
And then the last one. They've only won 1. They played for a couple.
I can't think.
Need a hint?
Yeah.
Their quarterback was hinted that he took money to attend the school.
Auburn. With Cam Newton.
And they won it in 2010.
Yeah.
And they lost to Florida State in 2013.
Okay, yeah. All right.
That wasn't so bad.
Nah, it's a little dumb sometimes.
That was the easiest one we've had.
Yeah.
All right. That's all of that. We have collectively put our brain cells together
There's not very many. But
for all of these conference breakdowns. And this is the last of the Power 4 conferences. So after this one, we'll have whatever, and then the G5 and Independence, which will also include Washington State and Oregon State, rip the Pac-2.
Yeah.
And then we'll be ready for college football season.
I'm so
We'll have a full breakdown there for that. All right, though. So let's just get into it like we always do. Who out of OU and Texas is going to have the best year one in the SEC?
Texas is for sure. I am optimistic no matter what I say about Oklahoma because I want them to do well. State pride. But it's not. Texas is coming in with a veteran quarterback, and they've got a good depth there, including Arch Manning. They've got quite a bit of returning protection, I believe, and Steve Sarkisian is a good coach, which Venables is too. But I don't know. I think that they're more prepared and they're gonna. I think they'll do well. Oklahoma, they have a brand new quarterback who's very fresh. I don't know. I'm just not as optimistic for them. I hope though they do well. Hope they prove me wrong. But
I sadly agree. I hope Texas poops the bed.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, yeah.
And I want Vanderbilt to keep that lead on them. They have like an 8-3 all-time series lead.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt needs to keep it going.
I love it.
But if Texas doesn't win 10 games with the schedule they got, it's a sad year for them. Texas has the opportunity to go in and play for an SEC title year one because their schedule is easy as heck. They got Colorado State, a down Michigan team who's probably going to finish 8-4.
That'll be a dub.
UTSA, ULM, bad Mississippi State is going through a coaching change. Your first tough game is Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl. Then Georgia is your other tough game on the schedule. At Vanderbilt, a bad Florida team. At Arkansas, Kentucky, and then Texas A&M.
I didn't realize it was that easy.
That is the softest SEC schedule that I can possibly even imagine coming into the SEC. And I want to point something out because I hate Texas enough that this is the truth to them. When the SEC came into making these football schedules for all these teams, they've divided it up with the top 8 in success from the last realignment, which was 2012, and the bottom half of success from 2012. Oklahoma's been winning Big 12 championships and going to playoffs since 2012. Texas has been pooping themselves and peeing down their leg for everything since 2012, and they finally had one good year last year.
Yeah, it really, dude, it ticks me off. Everyone's like, oh, Texas. Like, dude, they've done crap.
They've got lucky, finally.
Yeah, and like, they haven't done, they're just now, and when these roundabout players leave, maybe they can't, I don't know. They're good this year, and maybe this, whatever. They don't deserve any kind of credible, I don't know.
Texas got lucky with their SEC schedule because they were dog water for half a decade. And I feel like there is a little hint of hate because way back when Bob Stoops was still at Oklahoma, he trashed the SEC on a regular basis and beat Tennessee twice. He beat Auburn. He beat Alabama and Nick Saban. He beat the SEC. He backed up his talk. So I feel like the SEC is getting a little mild payback with our schedule for the next 2 years.
No grudge there.
And on top of us, they gave us a schedule that they believe we can handle as a team. So Texas, you can have a soft schedule because you're been dog water, and I hate you for it. So Texas should easily get 10 wins. They should easily be the best new member in the SEC.
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's start with the top of this thing. Who will be your most disappointing team in the SEC in 2024?
I have Oklahoma. Just because off what I said earlier, I think that it's going to take a while for them to adjust to SEC life, and with them having some fresh new players and quarterback for sure at the helm, I'm not looking forward to them to do a lot. I want them to do well, but I think they'll disappoint a lot of us, including yourself. And I think that Charles, I think you have a $100 bet with him. I think he is going to get the $100 on that. So.
We'll see.
That's who I have as my disappointing team, but I hope they prove me wrong.
So, I got Alabama as my disappointing team.
I can see that.
And not to say that Alabama is going to be bad.
No, but
they're not going to be bad. But
no,
I have it in my notes here. DeBoer, his first year, he brought in Nick Sheridan as his OC, who came from Indiana. The new coaching staff has been completely turned over at Alabama. Alabama had 40 players that left via either portal or the NFL draft. And they bring back 6 offensive returnees and 5 defensive returnees. So you're bringing back a pretty good amount of players on both sides of the ball. You got Jalen Milroe coming in. I just don't feel like year one, like when Georgia comes to town and beats you, I don't think the fans are going to handle that very well.
No.
And that's kind of the point I mean is if you're an Alabama fan, this year's probably going to be disappointing for you.
Yeah.
So as a collective, Alabama could finish 9-3, and that wouldn't be a terrible step back
for them. But
for the Alabama fans, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, they haven't lost less than 10 games in a while. Or
they haven't,
especially.
So if you go 9-3, an Alabama fan's going to lose their mind.
Yeah.
And that will be disappointing for them, I'm sure. So that's who I got as disappointing for those reasons. I don't think they're going to have as much depth as what Georgia has, so that's where we're going with that. Who is your surprise team?
Surprise team, which it's not really that surprising, but Ole Miss. They have the number 1 draft class in the country coming into this season, and also Jackson Dart's a heck of a player. He's improving every single year. He had every year he's gotten better. This last season he threw for I forgot the exact, almost 4,000 yards, but I think he'll make a run for Heisman this year as well. And then so Lane Kiffin, I think he'll do well.
Lane Kiffin's a person
since he's been there. He got there 2020 or something. They've 21 or something like that. They've done better each and every single year.
Lane Kiffin has put it together. I haven't seen him put a complete team on the field though. And he's pulling out transfers out the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not he can get those to click or not is going to be important there. So my surprise team is Oklahoma.
Oh, surprise!
Surprise! I'm going to talk about myself here for a second.
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma has 5-star Jackson Arnold, who was shoved into a horrible position in the Arizona game when your starting quarterback left to go to Oregon.
Man, Oklahoma has some really. They probably have trust issues. I mean,
they should, after what's been happening since 2021. Which, thank God, Lincoln Riley's gone.
Yeah,
I post on Twitter pretty regularly how much I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Because I'll see highlights of the Georgia game in 2018. Still PTSD there. But he's going to be better than what he showed against Arizona.
Yeah.
You can't go in with 2 weeks of practice and expect to get in a routine with the guys and be able to play at a high level.
No.
He showed glimmers of the 5-star, but he also showed the low end of that.
No.
There's going to be more high end as long as Bill Bedenbaugh gets the offensive line together.
No.
Your biggest question mark with Oklahoma is, can they get the offensive line to where it needs to be? In the SEC, you're winning battles in the trenches. And if your offensive line can make it give Arnold some time, he's going to get the ball where it needs to be.
No.
He has Jalil Farouk coming back, Andrell Anthony, who before getting hurt last year led OU in receiving yards. Nick Anderson, who's a speed demon, and Purdue transfer Deion Burks, who we saw in the spring game, is also a speed demon. We're putting him in the slot where Drake Stoops was. Deion Burks is going to be a breakout player. That's 4 receivers you got to cover. Somebody's getting open against these defenses. Jackson Arnold is going to be okay. The offensive line, I have complete faith in Bill Bedenbaugh that he's going to put out. I mean, he's putting in offensive linemen in the NFL who's making bukus of money. He knows what he's doing. The offensive line is going to be better than people think it is. On the backside of that, or continuously, Gavin Sawchuk ended 2023 with 5 games of 100-plus rushing yards. The offensive line was there. He's going to be able to keep that and push it forward.
Yeah.
That momentum will carry forward. The defense,
I was going to ask, how are they looking?
Returns 79% production, 11 of the 13 leading tacklers on the team, including all Big 12 players in Danny Stutzman and Billy Bowman, who was 3rd in the country with 6 interceptions in 2023 and 1st in the SEC coming into this year.
Very nice.
Not to forget Woody Washington as defensive backs, and transfers Des Malone, defensive back out of San Diego State, and defensive lineman Dominic Williams out of TCU. The defense is loaded for Oklahoma this year. If the offense can get it going, OU's going to win 10 games. 100%.
I hope so. I hope.
Their schedule, let me look it up.
It's a very random thing, but I can't wait when I go back to OU games to yell with everyone, Farouk. I really enjoy it. I don't know. It's a little.
That was a nice one.
Stoops.
I know. Stoops is sad.
Yeah.
He played there for 5 years.
Yeah.
OU plays Arkansas, Temple. That's a dub. Houston, that's a dub. Tulane, that's a dub. Tennessee at home, that's probably a dub.
Maybe,
depending on Nico and how well he performs early on. Same thing with Jackson Arnold. That could be a toss-up, but I think at home it's a dub. At Auburn, I don't expect to be Auburn any better than 6-6, 7-5. I think at Auburn that's gonna be tough just with the crowd. But if Penn State can go in there and beat them by 30, OU can go in and beat Auburn. Yeah. That's not gonna be a big deal. That's a dub. OU's 5-0. Texas, we beat them last year. We have a better defense, potentially a better offense. I still give that one a toss-up game, but that's possible loss. South Carolina, dub. At Ole Miss, that's a toss-up, depending on what they put together down there. Maine, dub. Missouri, dub. And then you end the year on 2 toss-ups with Alabama and LSU. OU at worst is 9-3. 9-3 at the SEC with that schedule makes the playoff easily.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
So.
And not to mention, not to forget, we got rid of Gavin Freeman. Sorry, Gavin Freeman. You're now at Oklahoma State, but you dropped many punt returns that left me in the stadium screaming at you. So Farouk is returning punts, 9-3 at worst for Oklahoma, 10-2, very, very easily foreseeable.
Okay, all right. I can't wait to see it in person.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Those first 3 or 4 games, that Tennessee game's really going to tell you about Jackson Arnold and what he's got going on there at OU.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him perform. What he's going to do.
Anyways. All right. Who's your worst team in the SEC? I went on like a 7-minute rant there.
No, yeah, that's fair. Worst team, I feel like it'd be the same for both of us. Vanderbilt. They have averaged just 1 conference win over the last decade or so. They're averaging somewhere between 2 and 5 wins every single season. The best they've been was in 12 and 13, where they went 9 and 4 both seasons, but they've done nothing at all, like literally just at all, since they barely go. They're lucky to go bowling, and they go like every couple of years maybe, but they'll be eligible for a bowl game. But Vanderbilt, for sure.
I agree with you. Vanderbilt will likely be the worst team, but I had to throw Florida in there as a side gig because I didn't want to take a chalky pick.
Yeah.
So I went with Florida to spice it up a little bit. So even though that Florida returns Graham Mertz, which had an SEC best 72.9% completion percentage, 20 TDs, and etc. The offensive line at Florida last year gave up 22 more sacks and averaged almost 2 yards fewer yards per carry than in 2022. The offensive line for Florida was atrocious. In the schedule that they got, they start with Miami, which that's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
Samford's a win. Texas A&M will probably be tough for them. At Mississippi State, maybe. UCF is going to be a decent team with KJ Jefferson.
Yeah.
At Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, FSU. Those last 6 games suck.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Like Billy Napier, this is a make or break season for you, and you could very easily break on this. I don't see it happening. You have one of your offensive linemen in Austin. I think that's Border. Yet again, I can't read my writing, so if that's wrong, I'm sorry. He comes back, and if he can stay healthy, that'll help him out. But I just don't see it. I think Florida's going to be real bad, and Billy Napier might not even make it throughout the season for them.
It'll be fun to see.
I just kind of want Florida to be good. I think Florida-Oklahoma would be a good rivalry.
Yeah, well, they got some beef there.
They do have beef.
So
Tim
it'd be
Tebow.
great to pick that up and go back with that.
I hate them. There's a lot of good. OU Arkansas, OU LSU.
OU Arkansas.
Florida.
I want that stuff because they're so close.
You have to play that regularly.
I feel like you should. And I can't wait to see.
It's a good Bedlam replacement.
I can't wait to go to Fayetteville and like an hour from the house.
Yep.
We're gonna go. I can't wait.
Drive up to Fayetteville for the weekend.
I'll do that for sure.
I'm excited to hear the Woo Pig stupidness.
Yeah, in person
hear it in person, and then let us just.
Can't be. It's not any worse. It's not any worse than that Boomer. So I will, dude. I can't do.
Boomer Sooner is only bad when you got a kid screaming at.
Well, that's true, but like. I go on a lot of trips with this guy to go to. Oh, we don't ever go to OSU games.
We went to one, thank you.
But
we're going to another one. OSU Arkansas.
We are, but we're just now starting to. For years, I've been going with this man to OU games, and we'll go somewhere like West Virginia or somewhere way out, like a long ways from the house, and you'll just be walking down the sidewalk, minding your own business, and you'll hear Boomer and Sooner. Like it's obnoxious.
It's funny that you say that because I was in Florida, which is why our last episode was late. Mm-hmm. We were in Perdido Key, and while in Pensacola at the naval base, the Naval Aviation, I had my OU shirt on.
Yeah.
And some guy was like, Boomer.
Really?
And I was like, Sooner.
Oh, wow. I bet that made your day.
It was nice. What was funny is Casey had on a Thunder shirt.
Yeah.
And he was like, the Thunder, nice. That's the way to go.
Yeah. So they're from Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it was pretty nice to meet that guy. Shout out to you.
Yeah, heck yeah, man.
But yeah.
But still, it's
fun.
But, hey, I'm glad you guys had your thing. Your little quirks. It's cute.
Yeah. All right. Who's in your title game?
My title game, I have Texas and Georgia. I feel like that's most people's picks. Mm-hmm. I'm sure maybe you have something spicy to put in there.
That's it.
But I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The past, I've already talked about Texas. And,
I mean, it's the same for me. Your championship should be Texas and Georgia. Unless Texas poops the bed.
Yeah.
Which they shouldn't because
they shouldn't.
Their toughest games on their schedule is at Michigan, which Michigan's down.
They should beat them.
Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl, which toss up, and then at Georgia, which I think they're going to lose that game.
Yeah.
Texas is probably going 11-1, go into the title game against undefeated Georgia. And I'll just go into my title pick. Georgia's going to win the SEC. They're going to beat Texas twice. 11-2 Texas will make the playoff.
Yeah.
12-0 or 13-0 Georgia will make the playoff. Carson Beck returns with 9 offensive starters, including wide receiver Dominic Lovett, 4 returning offensive linemen, and they feel their need at running back with Travis Etienne from Florida. He threw almost 4,000 yards last year. Beck did, so he's coming back. He's got the experience. He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be tested early with Clemson, Bama, at Texas, at Bama, at Ole Miss, and Tennessee. Georgia,
they'll prevail over that.
Yeah, they're going to be the better team.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier with the Alabama part of this, Georgia's depth is what's going to keep them in those games.
Yeah.
And Texas, brings back Quinn Ewers, almost 4,000 yards passing, 3,500 closer to it.
Yeah.
But all of their receivers are gone. Their running back's gone. They bring in 4 receivers and a tight end from the portal with Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden, Silas Bolden, and then tight end Amari Nablack. They have 4 O-line starters returning. Texas reloaded, but are they going to have the same flow as they had last year, which brought them to the playoff? And their 3 toughest games, like I said, Michigan, OU, and Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be tested. Texas won't be. Georgia's winning the SEC in 24.
Yeah, that's what I had. And winning the championship, winning it all.
Which Texas will probably make a 12-team playoff again this year. That might go into the top 4. Probably lose out to Ohio State or somebody like that, or Oregon.
Yeah.
Texas got some guys now, but I just wanted to lose bad.
But no, Georgia's got them for sure. So I had to win that game. Very experienced coach and quarterback, and a lot of returning production, like you said. And I think we'll pull out that dub, and then hopefully sometime in the next. I think Texas they're not as strong as they're maybe year by year they'll lose someone. They'll go back to being trash.
Back to the whole thing with the best new member. This year, Texas should be better than Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is going to be better than Texas in the long run. Historically, Texas has been bad. Outside of the Mac Brown era at Texas and Darrell K. Royal and the whatever years it was, they weren't very good.
No.
They weren't good at all. Oklahoma has historically won in every decade that they played in, excluding the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've been there, done that multiple times. Aside from a natty since 2000, that's the only thing they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
So they lead. I think they're second place in wins. OU has the longevity. They're going to win in whatever conference they're in.
Yeah.
Texas will fall off eventually. It's just a matter of time. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Texas fans. I hate you with passion.
As well, just because. But yeah, that was good talk.
It was. That was nice.
So,
I don't know what we're going to do next episode. We'll figure it out.
No.
Is that all you got for the
So,
SEC?
yeah.
Anything else exciting you want to talk about?
That's about all I got. Yeah. I was trying to think of something like some
Nothing
quick.
there.
No, it's just elevator music. So in my head, that's pretty much
I
all.
got this. So I pre-ordered the Big Six previews one,
Yeah.
which I'm excited for. But I got this one. And this is pretty nice. Fun fact, Mississippi State brings back 0 offensive returners
Really?
and only 2 on the defense for just Jeff Lebby's first year.
Dang, bro.
So that's tough for him.
Dude, they're gonna be so bad.
Yeah, that's going to be rough for them.
Which
Shout
you
out
didn't like.
Brandon
You didn't like
Walker.
Levy either, so
I didn't like Lebby.
I mean it works out.
Yeah, he gone. I'm okay with that. Somebody I'm really looking forward to this year is LSU.
Yeah.
I think they'll be interesting. I don't know how Kelly is going to respond after losing the Heisman winner last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see. But
Yeah.
all right, well, that's all I got. So
Yeah.
that is it, and
Thank you guys for joining us.
yeah, that's it for the SEC, and that's Athletically Speaking.